Thanks for joining us, and let's get started.
Welcome to our series on A Beginner's Guide to Spirituality. This episode will talk about spirituality, creating a practice that works for you. We'll address why a daily spiritual practice is important, what a daily spiritual practice looks like, where and when to be spiritual, and tips to overcome the initial shame and fear of a spiritual practice. As usual, we'll introduce you to your personal challenge, which is designed to get you in the habit of practicing things that are healthy for the new you. Ready? Awesome. Let's get started. With that, we invite you to get settled in a place where you can digest this information without interruption or struggle, clear your mind, and get ready to take the next step in a vital transformation. Let's start with a brief moment of silence to focus and meditate on what you're about to learn, receive, and practice.
In the end of the day, the bottom line, here we go. We want to be spiritual. The question is, what are we doing? Where do we start? If you think about spirituality, I want you to think about it like that. You creating a big family, that big family turned into a tribe, the tribe turned into a huge community, the community turned into what we call a global community, 7.2 billion people. Unbelievable. We are all unbelievable creatures being created by something we call divine, if you believe in it, if you have a faith that that's really what happened. But let's dig deeper into that. How does that work for us spiritual people? Spiritual person has the capability of loving people. If you want to know if you're spiritual, that means your level of love growing up and your capability of loving people you couldn't like before is about to happen. That's what spiritual person is all about. So how does the practice look like? I don't want you to cancel your religious movement attended. If you need to go to church, please go. If you need to go to synagogue, mosque, whatever you do, Hindu, keep doing it. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm just would like to add more spirituality on a daily basis, and that will make your life successful, happier, free life, or what I call the billionaire lifestyle. That's what I'm adding spirituality into your life. Now, where do we start? Let's say I want to start practicing. The practice of spirituality can happen on a daily basis. Now, it can start with a short meditation that you do in the morning, just before you leave the house. And you are wishing and hope that your inner being called the soul, or the outside force, you can call it the divine, or if you feel more comfortable as a religious person to call it God, you can call it God, will give you enough power today to be able to see the good in people, to be able to love people for who they are, and not to judge or hate. That's your beginning of spirituality. That's a practice of spirituality. You sit with yourself. If you have 5 minutes to meditate, what does meditation look like? It's very simple. You can either open your eyes or close your eyes. You just concentrate your thought. We call it guided meditation. Why do we call it guided meditation? Because you guide your mind to wherever you want your mind to go. Thousands of years ago, they called that meditation kavanah. Kavanah means attention. What is your intention with what you're doing? So you put your mind into it and you say, I'm asking the higher force to help me out, to be able to be kind to every human being I will see, to be able to talk with love to every human being I will meet, and to be able to be as much as nicer and kinder to the things that are not nice and kinder to me. That's the beginning of your spirituality. What's the location you practice spirituality? As I said before, you can do it in your place where you practice religion. Okay? The only difference between religion, with a religion, you're finding God outside of you. Within spirituality, you're finding God from within. And if you know God is within, what do? You're kind to everybody around you. You're much nicer. You try to love. Even if you go to ups and downs, You find something in you to be able to love. So where do you practice spirituality? Taking a ride on the subway, going on, I don't know, subway number 6 from north to south in Manhattan, or you're in Brooklyn, or you're in Manhattan, or you are in Minnesota, whatever you are, Japan, China, London. Remember, this is your time to practice spirituality. Offering a seat for somebody who needs to sit right now. You just practice spirituality. Giving a smile to a person when you're not in the mood to give a smile. You just practice spirituality. Giving compliment to people who need it. You just practice spirituality. Saying thank you to somebody who just serve you with something. You don't have to say thank you, and you choose to say thank you. You just practice spirituality. Giving a better tip to the waiter to just serve you. You just practice spirituality. Spirituality is in every moment and every second that you practice love, that you practice kindness, that you practice giving, that you practice sharing. That's what spirituality is all about. It's not needed a place or a time. It's all the time. It's everywhere. Because think about it. When we talk about the divine doesn't have a location. It's everywhere. So if it's everywhere, that's when spirituality is everywhere. That's how you live a billionaire lifestyle. Because then you will understand everything is there for you, and everything is there for you to fulfill you. Most of my clients are totally not into religion and into believing, and I'm not even there to tell them, please believe, please follow something. They couldn't stand it. They would not even talk to me. But if I tell my client, I say, listen, I know you want to live a billionaire lifestyle. Say, okay, we in. So what do we need to do? I say, are you willing to be kinder to your secretary? And they look at me and said, I'm in. I'm in. I said, please don't talk not nice to your secretary. Then are you willing to be a little bit more with patience with your son? Say, I'm in. This is when you practice your spirituality. So spirituality is all day long. It's with the driver, with the elevator man, or whoever is serving you, whoever is around you, whoever is a family member, Thanksgiving dinner. Think about Thanksgiving dinner. Can you be spiritual there? Absolutely. You have to deal with all those people that you don't want to see, but you have to happen to be a family. You all have to meet each other, sit around some big birds that's in the middle of the table. Everybody's eating. You cannot wait for that to be over. And you look at the people and say, I can't believe this guy is actually sitting next to me. And when that person's sitting next to you, that's your moment of practice spirituality. I remember, let me tell you a story. It was one Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm going to the same place again and again. And for some reason, they keep putting that guy sitting next to me all the time. The guy was a little bit clumsy, severely clumsy, I should say. And his problem, he loved to drink Diet Coke. And his Diet Coke always will spill on my pants. No matter what I do, no matter how much. In the 4th time, I was already putting my arm this way, saying, no problem, I want to make sure. And I'm start feeling angry. I become angry, judgmental, upset. I lost my spirituality at that moment, right? I didn't see his point of view anymore. And no matter what I did, of course, the 4th time, things went really wrong. The entire bottle, he tried to avoid my arm, so he went around and the entire bottle went on my pants. At that time, I lost it. I went to the host and I asked, why you have to put me next to him all the time? And he said in a nice way, because he always asks to sit next to you. I said, this is ridiculous. I can't believe this is happening. But then I went home and I started thinking about it. This guy wants my attention. And maybe there is a way. And what I start to do, I start talking to him. We become closer. And through that, we start talking about spirituality. I told him that I fail him because I judge him. And once I start giving him attention, that was the beginning of spirituality. We all have people, the wrong people that we meet in our life. The person who put the soup on your pants, the people who are taking your shirt by mistake. All those moments in your life is a practice for spirituality. There is no such a thing as just going smooth and going easy. And life is a beautiful life we're living. But the opportunity is that's really what it's all about. And all humanity, you want to know, I traveled the world from Hong Kong to London, giving lecture everywhere. United States, everywhere. South America, North America. I found out something in common. People are the same. Did you know? It doesn't matter the language. All people exactly the same. Whatever I've been in Argentina, whatever I've been in Canada. Same people. Wherever you go, the same people. Different language, same desire, same thing. We're all looking for love. We're all looking for well-being. We're all looking to be happy. We're all looking for a billionaire lifestyle. We are all the same. Spirituality is a method. How you practice it, you become happy right away because it's giving you a chance to be kind. You are driving on the highway. You're not in the mood to let that car in front of you to go in front of you. You don't want a car behind you to go in front of you. When you do that, you just practice spirituality. It's all day long. I would like to challenge you on this session, and please listen carefully. There is specific instruction, and those instruction is to create miracle. And I would like to show you how to do it. Basically, you need to find a person that you're not exactly crazy about, and you need to share with them something that will make them happy. It can be a nice text, it can be an envelope in their mail, it can be a gift, whatever that you want to give them. But remember, you cannot receive thank you in return from them. Nothing. You give, but nothing coming back to you. In the moment of giving, I want you to meditate that whatever blocking you from achieving a billionaire lifestyle, or whatever blocking you from getting to a place of a higher level of spirituality will just happen as a miracle. Please try it as it works amazing. And I would like to give you an example of what happened in my life so it will be more clear. So you will know how to practice that specific example. My wife was rushed to the hospital to give birth to our daughter in Manhattan. I was in a meeting with a person that was a big investor for a project that I was doing. I asked my wife, is everything okay? She said, it's perfect. Please stay in your meeting. I'm in my meeting, talking to the individual, and everything is worked right. He signed for the contract. Everything is working. As I'm coming out to go to the hospital to see my wife, who didn't give birth yet, there is a gentleman who didn't see me for 11 years. And he said, Eliyahu, right? I said, yes. He said, I want to tell you, I was in prison for 9 years and now I'm out. And the one person that I was thinking about was you. And I want to talk to you and I want you to give me a blessing. And I'm thinking to myself, God, wrong time, wrong place. My wife is in the hospital. I got to leave. I said to them, listen, they just called me from the hospital, which is true. And they told me that my wife's blood pressure went up and she's in danger and I have to sign some paper. So I really got to go down. I said, no, man. I'm not leaving until you give me a blessing. And I'm saying to myself, either I practice what I teach, which I'm giving him something that I don't want is thank you, but I want a miracle to happen to my wife. Can I do it? And that's exactly what I did. So I sat with him for half an hour, gave him whatever he needed from me. Any question he asked, I gave it to him. Any blessing he asked me, I blessed him. And then I left. And when I arrived to the hospital, my wife was in serious danger. I signed the paper, and my wife gave birth to our daughter. The next day, the doctor came and talked to me. And he said to me, I want to know you. I said, why? I said, because your wife just experienced a miracle. You need to know that the ultrasound that we did yesterday, we didn't see the mistake that might happen. But then for some reason, the nurse decided to do a second ultrasound. And when we did the second ultrasound, we look at those details and we find out we have to deliver the baby right away. What does that mean? That means without that mistake of that nurse that happened randomly, as you hear the story, we would not, God forbid, having our daughter with us. And because of that mistake that she did, doing the ultrasound without knowing that the doctor did it already, she found out something that the doctor couldn't see before. I believe that by sharing with another individual without expectation of anything in return, but do ask for the divine to help you in a certain area where you need help, then miracle happen. For that reason, I want to ask you this week to practice that. Give to someone something that they wish or they want without expectation that they will give you anything in return, but do have expectation that something will happen from the divine.
This has been another episode of Vital Transformation's Guided Sessions. For more information, visit us at vitaltransformation.org, where you'll find access to all of our guided sessions, content library, weekly updates, and upcoming events. To keep content like this new, relevant, and free to the public, make a donation today at vitaltransformation.org/donate, or write to us at donate@vitaltransformation.org. Thanks for joining us, and we'll speak to you soon.